My question is about Babylon 5. During your 4 years, and you're sitting there and you're reading the scripts, was there one line that just caught you from any character that just, you carry it with you to this day? It was like that poignant, that profound, even that funny, that it just, you always had that memory of that line from that episode.
Mm-hmm. Now get the hell out of my galaxy. Today would be my universe. Now, you know, there were so many great lines in Babylon 5. JMS was such a wonderful writer. Still the best material I ever got to work with. I still say that. Tron, all of them. You know, it was an absolute honor to do that show. And that one too, I walked in, there was something going on there with Warner Brothers, and they wanted to replace Michael. And that, you know, that was controversial with the fan base. And I had worked with Doug Netter, the executive producer on a Western years earlier with Sam Elliott. And so, you know, it went through a few people, but it just at that time, I was in sort of a trough in my career, and that happens for every actor. You go up, you go down. And I saw this and answered a lot of things for me. And that show, I loved it, every minute of it. I really did. I wanted to, like I said, if they didn't want to end this thing and went on for 10 years, if it could, I would have stayed till the last. And frankly, I was very angry when I left. I was very angry. I made it very, very plain to them. I said, you know, you're going to do a spin-off on TNT, and none of us are going to be in it. And they wanted a whole new cast. I think it was a big mistake. I will to this day, and I don't care what anybody says. Crusade was a huge error, and it bombed in 13 episodes. They could have kept going. I know we're a 5-year saga. We've got all of that. Yes. But you know what? JMS, you could have sat at home and collected the checks. You know what I mean? We could have gone somewhere else with it. But there, you know, the only thing I regret about Babylon 5 is it kind of ended on a sour note for everybody, for the regulars who had been taking so much of their lives in that thing. Because everyone genuinely loved it. And speaking of that, I want to, yesterday we lost one of our cast members. Jeff Conaway died yesterday.
Yep.
I didn't know if you knew, he'd been in a coma for the last couple of weeks. Jeff was a great guy. He was a professional. He had played Zach. He created a wonderful character. He had struggled with pain medications, alcohol, and drugs. And he had a tough time with it, but we never saw it on the set. Never saw anything like that. It actually was such a shock when I years later saw him on Celebrity Rehab, Dr. Pinsky's show. And it was like a train wreck. He couldn't turn away. I said, is this the guy I knew? I worked for 3 years with him. I think he was on 3 years, and or 2. And never saw this, and it was just so tragic to watch. And he was just spiraling down and down and down, and then he walked off that show, or rolled out of that show. By that time, he was in a wheelchair. And he and I are the same age. We're the same age, so I mean, I kept going, this is just horrible. And various people tried to reach out to him, and there was no response. So anyway, he passed away yesterday. They pulled the plug on him the night before. And he was a good guy. That's all I can say. He was a good guy. I'm so sorry for that. By the way, that's the 4th member of that cast that's gone now. We've had Richard Biggs, Andreas Katsoulis, Tim Choate, who played Zathras, that wonderful character, the two-parter that we had. He was killed in a car accident. And now Jeff. So just want you to know I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm too damn mean to die. Now.
So mean.
And I will go kicking and screaming, don't you worry. So, anyway, but enough about that. This is a great Saturday morning.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.